When a child is told what to say, how does the child know it's the truth? This is common sense. From what I understand, David Hogg and other kids from around the country are still pushing the take away the guns. They are anti-Second Amendment. But how do they know that that is the truth, what they're trying to push? They don't have life experience. Those of us that are older with life experience, we can think. And we can think in ways of common sense, of practicality, of the way life works, because we've lived life long enough to know. These children, they don't know. Now, the liberal Democrats that are pushing this garbage, they're getting children to believe what is wrong. They're getting them to believe a lie. Because we who are older and wiser, we know who wants to have the Second Amendment removed from the Bill of Rights. Well, criminals. Because a criminal would not give up a firearm. And if everybody else is giving up their firearms, those who follow the law, thus the criminals have firearms and the law-abiding citizen does not. Therefore, the criminal can carry on their criminal acts with no resistance. They can break into a 70-year-old's house and rob them blind at gunpoint. So, is it right to take away the guns of the citizens of this country? Is it? The children think so. We have to protect. And by not having guns, we protect. No, by not having guns, you're listening to the liberal Democrats and the Hollywood liberals. All the people that use security people that carry firearms. Wow, imagine that. Why would they be afraid if everybody had their firearms taken away? Except for police, military, and security. But what about the middle class person? The people that the liberal Democrats have disconnected themselves from. They have no idea, really, of how the middle class working people get along, live together with firearms in their possessions. They make it sound like that Jim and his neighbor Frank, they get into gunfights every night. Only 2 weeks ago, Frank got shot and he's dead now. So Jim turned to the other side and he's now battling it out with his neighbor Joe, and they have gunfights every night. No, that's not how it works. Those who are criminally minded, or let's say psychologically unstable, that have mental problems, and a lot of them, they grew up without fathers in the family. So, what is the cure for it, for all this gun violence? Well, the state of Texas has enacted, I believe, a law and have put money to this law so that there will be armed personnel in schools, not hiding outside of schools while the children are getting shot inside. They're putting armed personnel inside schools. And if you think that, let's say, a retired police officer or retired military that has no psychological complications or problems is going to start shooting up kids when they're there to protect the kids, you're out of your mind. And if you're in office and you think that, perhaps you should just walk away from what you do for a living. Now, let's see how this works. Let's give it a year and see how this Texas law works out. I think it will be absolutely fantastic. Because if you have an armed personnel at the entrance of a school and somebody with a firearm tries to get in, I'm sorry, you're not going to get in. Well, you might get in, but you're probably going to die of lead poisoning before you can get out. So, I believe it's a good idea. But what's a bad idea? A bad idea is telling these children that have no life experience whatsoever. All they know is they get up in the morning, catch the bus, go to school, and come back home, do homework, and what have you. That's what they know. They don't have life experience. And so, to David Hogg and all the rest of the children that believe taking guns away is the right thing to do, well, it's exactly the wrong thing to do. And listening to liberal Democrats lie to you and deceive to you is also wrong. Because if you listen to those lies and believe it now, what are you going to believe later? Let's say a really liberal Democrat, close to socialist, gets into the White House, and they start lying and lying and lying. And suddenly you find yourself in poverty. But you say, oh, but he said he's going to give us everything. And he does. He gives me food, enough to survive on. I have a tent and I sleep on the street. I'm great. Really? Is that what you want? Because that's what the liberals are pointing at. And if you want an example of that, look at California. California has been flushed down the toilet and is now lingering in the sewer. They are raising taxes beyond belief. A gallon of gas, from what I understand in California, is over $4 a gallon. Is that what you want? Is it? The middle class is being pushed out of California fast, and they're trying to get out faster. They don't like the way the Democrats, the liberals, have been running that state. And they've been running it into the dirt. They don't care about the citizens of the state or the country. And it's the same thing that they're doing with you kids. They're telling you something, and then they're going to pull the rug right out from under you, and you're going to bounce your head off the hard surface, and that's it. They're going to be saying, oh, I'll take care of you. I'll give you whatever you need. But when the money runs out, you're going to end up living on the street, eating dandelion salads, and whatever dog you can catch and cook. That is the way, honestly, that is the way that the Democrats are leaning to. And it's sick. It is. So, think about this. Is what the Democrat liberals, is what they are telling you the truth? Is it? Think about it. Do research. You've done homework for the last years of your lives. Think about it. Do research. Do some homework. Oh, but you're out of school. You don't have to do homework because the government is going to tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do it. Not me. Because I believe in the conservative way, which means specifically, first, number one, you are responsible for yourself and your decisions and your actions. You are. Nobody else. I don't listen to anybody, and I take responsibility for what I do and what I say. All right? And my life is awesome, great. And once you do find the truth, where do you find it? It's in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. No better place to find the truth than where the truth is. And the Bible is the truth. And if you live by the principles of the Bible, life is great. So do you want to see the truth in action? Look at President Trump and Vice President Pence. Look how they run their lives. You want to see the lie? The lie is in the liberal Democrats. Look at Pelosi. Look at Waters. Look at all of them. Warren, Schiff. You name it. Look at them. They have too much money to understand how the middle class person lives and works and worries about their families and if they're going to make it, make ends meet to feed their kids, to keep a roof over their heads, to clothe them. That is what life experience brings. The ability to take on responsibility, to accept responsibility for your actions and your words. And when you live by the truth, you don't have to worry about it. That's all I got for now. And I ask that you pray for the president and all who are with him in the leadership of this country, that they will lead this country to safety, security, and prosperity. And that's all I got for now. I'm William Ferguson, and this is Common Sense